more presents.
Oh,
I don't think those kids will ever want to leave the hospital after today.
oh, wait till they find out that Christmas only comes once a year.
Oh, well, they'll have plenty of toys to take home.
Rose, I'm so glad you're going to be with us today.
Well, it's good to be here. And I was really glad when Rick asked me to come along.
Hello, all.
Hello.
Very good. Thank you for your present. I loved it. I'll talk to you about it later.
Maybe we better get in there now so we can help out.
Yeah, I think we
Harry?
better. We've got to keep under the tree. Hi, Rose. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Let's hope we all have a better New Year.
Gail, I'm for that. 100%.
Well, I'd better get help with the refreshments. You stay here and have a cookie, and I'll bring you some punch, huh? Thank you.
You don't want anything? Can I have your
Punch, everybody.
It's a wonderful party, isn't it?
Listen, don't feel bad that Jan and Ruby came in together. They're only friends.
Well, it's a day for friendship, isn't it?
Busman's holiday here.
I want to be more than just a guest.
We ought to try it sometime.
Hey, Ann, where's Chuck? Well, he thought he should spend some time with Heather, and so he took Heather up to the sanitarium to visit a friend of hers. Well, that was nice of him. Yeah.
So, Rose, where do you want to have Christmas dinner?
Someplace really fancy.
I would ask.
And very lively, so we don't have to think too much.
All right, everyone. Old St. Nick's going to give himself a present. But it's a present for everyone else, too. We're going to listen to Dr. Steve Hardy tell the Christmas story.
So you're anxious to hear the story? Well, what kind of a story would you like to hear? A fairy tale?
No.
Perhaps a story about pirates and adventure? Well, come on, tell me, what kind of a story?
Dave said you would tell us a story about a baby.
Oh, yes, a baby. Well, this will be a story about a very special baby. This is the story about the first Christmas, almost 2,000 years ago. It was a bitter, cold winter night, and the wind was blowing so hard it made tears come to your eyes. And on that wintry night, a young couple were traveling on their way to Bethlehem, and they were very cold and very tired. Now, these two travelers were very poor. They had only one donkey. The man was a carpenter named Joseph, and his wife was Mary, and she was going to have a baby. And they had a long, long distance to travel.
You said they were on their way to Bethlehem.
That's right. Well, finally, after much travel, Joseph saw this dim light. It was an inn, and he told Mary that everything was going to be all right.
Is an inn like a motel?
Yes, yes, a place where they could stay. Well, Joseph thought maybe if Mary could get out of the cold and rest a while, she might be all right. So, helping her along, they went to the door of the inn. Joseph knocked. And when the innkeeper opened the door, he took one look at that worn-out couple and knew they didn't have any money. Sorry, he said, no vacancy, and shut the door fast.
That was a mean thing to do.
Yes, yes, it was. Joseph was badly disappointed, but he understood. He looked at Mary, and she was too tired to even cry. Maybe that's when he got this bright idea about the stable. You know what a stable is, don't you?
It's like a barn.
That's right. Well, Joseph figured that it might be warm in the stable, and if Mary could get out of the cold and rest a while, she might still be all right. So they went to the stable. Joseph opened the door, and they walked in. It was warm, all right, but very, very crowded with animals. Donkeys and cows and sheep and horses. And for a while there, it looked like Joseph and Mary wouldn't be able to squeeze in. But then a very, very strange thing happened. All the animals must have noticed Mary standing there. And they all moved over and made room for her.
Animals are swell.
And Joseph got some fresh straw and fixed a bed for Mary. And she lay down. And then a hush came over the stable, like in a church. All the animals got very, very quiet. The donkeys didn't bray. The cows didn't moo. And in that hush, the baby was born.
Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. Stars in the bright sky, down where he lay. And the little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
That is the story about the baby.
What was the baby's name?
They called him Jesus. He taught us that there is good in all of us, that we can always improve our lives no matter what has happened in the past. He also taught us that the most important thing in the world is to love one another, to understand and to forgive. That's what this day is all about. The all-forgiving spirit of Christmas.
And now Santa's going to give out the presents.
Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes. Okay. Howard? You told me that you weren't very good with children. We give a thank you and say to you, Howard, thank you for all your friendship and all of your understanding. Over here, stand.